I'm not sure. It took me to silver, so at first I thought it was introducing me to a new ore. But I think overall I have not yet found any of the things the game's pointing at me yet. Ow. God damn. Stop. Seems like it's like a super copper. Like it's too big to actually dig up. I wonder if that super copper is going to be in the way of the thing I'm trying to open. I kind of wonder if the game has like depths to it and you need to find like the specific doorway that takes you to the next depth, which would be a little silly in the context of the game, but maybe. The big chunky ores remind me of playing Subnautica. Oh, there's a treasure inside there. Alright, well my inventory's full. Keep getting turned around on the way out. Do I save up for Bickley or Shovel? Maybe. Oh. Interesting warning. You haven't saved for half an hour? I really let that get away from me then. I do not have a very graceful hole phrasing. Silver. It's funny that just like the current rarest ore, ooh, gold, is always very satisfying to find. So every time a silver pops up, I'm like, even though I barely even know how much it's worth by comparison. It's not exactly earth-shattering. I can't dig that one? Wait. That's unsatisfying. Hello? Don't breathe it in. 2 dynamite, 2 lamps, and 78 money. Oh. That's disappointing. Interesting that dynamite exists. Oh, scary hole. Oh, more gold. Was it good for you? Is that lava down there? Oh. Okay, there might be a reason not to dig down anymore. Oops, no, not dynamite. It does seem that the game is just daring me to go into the scary hole, which is rude of it. I'm a very dareable person, so it's not. I don't appreciate that form of manipulation from you, Mr. Video Game. That might have been a waste of dynamite. You might want to use it to blow up big rocks like this, maybe? I'm not sure. Or I might just clear out a big area, but that wouldn't be very valuable. Just kind of a bit of a skip. Maybe I should try it on this rock. Ah! Don't get stuck. What? It literally didn't do anything. Okay. I just wasted both of my dynamites, I guess. Whoops. It's on me for spinning the first dynamite in a context where I couldn't see what it did. But, it didn't destroy the big rock. And, it didn't even create a big blast area. I kind of hoped it would at least make a big ol' sphere of removed terrain. Womp womp. Alright, I need to be a little more responsible with the way I'm digging down. Oh my goodness. Or I could get a bigger shovel. Jesus. I'm making some cash here. Drill. It's just called I Am Shovel. So next I get the drill for 1500, which isn't even that unobtainable. It might be monstrously battery consuming. Oh, I have the drill now. Oh. The upgrade, I think the next upgrade is I Am Shovel. I upgrade from, so I already got the drill. And the next upgrade is just something called I Am Shovel. This one, this really is super mega, this really is super motherload now. All the way down to having the drill. That's kind of satisfying. Immediately feels differently. I'm not sure if it's an upgrade to hear that sound the whole time, but let's see. Maybe plop one of them over here. Just for the sake of our viewers, let's give a little more light in the path we're taking. I kind of thought I might create like some kind of orderly path that makes sense. But I am kind of just being attracted by various curiosities along the way. And so the hole is kind of taking on a shape of its own. Instead of me having any kind of spiral or back and forth that is, like, consistent. See, the goal here is to make a space that I can climb back out of on foot. Because if I can't, we are going to have a problem. Technically destroying stuff, but who cares? It's level 1 stone stuff. This is very trippy. It's very trippy how different the digging feels immediately. The "you haven't saved" warning is a little foreboding. It could just be like a general, like, save your work in case your power goes out or something. Or it could be like, there be monsters. Like, what if there's actually risks in this game? Wow, I just filled my inventory immediately, damn. $34 just like that. Just swinging it around into the low-level area. Alright, this is looking more promising. It looks so weird. Everything's saying Thanos snapped out of existence. It's just melting into sand. Yeah, let's go right up against this weird rock, I think. It is weirdly hurting my hand to hold down the mouse button this long. I think I just inherently push too hard most of the time in these situations. So the fact that I'm actively moving the mouse around while holding it down is like starting to feel like a problem. There's a slight tragedy every time you fill up your inventory because you're like, that's it. Don't think I can do anything else about it. Could be wrong, actually. You might be able to throw items away if you want to. Probably not worth the effort. Tiny speck. You have a bit. I think you might have a bit too much forward momentum in this game, and that you launch forward in midair off of the ground you're currently walking on. And you take fall damage from launching forward like that, and then plummeting. Because in your brain, you're like, I was kind of walking on a slope there. I just expected my character to walk along the slope like a person do, but he's a video game character, so he's like, just goes catapulting forward. Okay, so we're back where I left off, more or less. Oopsie. You do start to wonder if maybe you can have, like... You're like, can I have a ladder? Can I install a I guess that would break the whole game to some extent. If they give you a ladder, you could just install a ladder and just go straight down it. Which means you could just dig straight down and then keep installing the ladder as you go. Ow. God damn. No! Stop! You really can't move at any kind of speed in this game without causing damage to yourself. Which is not a problem humans normally have. I mean, we are damageable. I just mean that, like, we tend to not be at constant risk of damaging ourselves just by trying to move. But my character is, like, strangely too strong, but only at moving and not at taking the hit from the results of the moving. And that's a bit of a weird situation to be in. I don't know how well I can dig down here without just hitting the opening of the cave that I'm already looking at. I'm like weirdly stuck. Tiny floating speck. That's actually annoying. Oopsie. One day I'll have the inventory space to actually hold much in here. And that one day is now. I'm going to have a very expensive haul in a moment here. Ah, stop! I'm surprised it hasn't been patched. Not that it's not intended behavior, but I just feel like it might be a bit overtuned and they've surely gotten feedback over it. It just seems a little silly. Not the best use of my time, actually, because there's not currently loot down there. Definitely want to make it more accessible by actually getting down there via a ramp. But also hope to find more resources on the way there. Because there's like no exposed outcrops in that cape, which is disappointing. These are becoming more and more of a common fixture. Feels a little closely packed together, but I do need to be able to see. It's a much more organic, messy cave than I'm used to in these other games, just because it's not grid-based in any way. So you really do just kind of like flail around a bit. Doing it in first person means it's hard to keep track of which way you're facing. But it leads to a much more blobby, organic looking cave. My battery. I just want to light this place up just because I'm tired of it being dark here and nothing else. Does reveal some of the ore that I haven't been picking up on. Although I'm sure there's no getting ahead of it ultimately. Every time you dig at some ore, more will be revealed. And of course up here there's a billion ore, but it's just kind of all worthless. Be careful. 150. If I'm not careful, my inventory will in fact explode. Or my drill will. They warned us. Look at how quaintly small this starting hole was that I felt like I was abandoning. I can eclipse those efforts in mere moments. Trivial. I'm not sure if I can generally tell iron and copper apart in this game at a glance. What are you pointing at? Oh, a bag of money. 2 lamps and 25 money. Okay. So in some of these moments, there really is more distinctly a thing for me to get than I was fully realizing before. That's interesting. I was missing out on that, although it wasn't really much of a payoff this time, but I was supposed to find it like an hour ago. So it lights up more and more with different blue rings the closer you get to your target. Oddly soothing, just kind of sitting here and just brushing away at this. Reminds me of the volcano tool, not the volcano, the vacuum tool from I think Skyward Sword. A Zelda? Keith made a Zelda reference? That, what is it, every day? kind of feel like these are here primarily just to fully obstruct you if you were trying to proceed as if the surrounding terrain didn't matter, and trying to just do a very consistent way of getting around with no respect for what your surroundings are. It does feel a little worrying though that like this area doesn't feel like it has much in the way of resources. This area is too steep to get around in. As long as I can mostly hop out of it without activating the jetpack, then it's mostly fine. But it is a little unsatisfying how jank it is. There's definitely a temptation on some level to be like, no, make it a perfect ramp as best as you can. $21 out of 25 just like that, damn. Truly the surface be buried in low value rocks. Upgrade that battery though. Now 3 things are at the 1500 threshold. I don't feel the need to make that strong of a jetpack. The upgrades are relatively cheap, but it'd be another one to do in parallel with the other ones to try to maintain parity. Give ourselves a little light again. It's a little worrying digging down here. It doesn't feel like I'm finding anything of value. That punctuate that word by finding silver just to call me out, but you know, not consistently getting much value out of here. I guess even small amounts of ore are more than enough to fill up your fuel again. But compared to the stuff slightly higher than this, it feels like we're actively getting less than before. We run into a lot of solid barriers. I should probably review the actual values of silver and gold for my own curiosity. Because whenever I covered that amount of distance and then I basically need a lantern to keep seeing. What's the ratio for how much ore I need to find just to pay for the lanterns themselves, let alone the battery that I'm spending? Oh. Not that valuable, but better to grab it than not to grab it, I guess. What a nightmarish path to take back up. Oh, can I smooth this part out a little bit? This feels bad. There we go. Just pointlessly filling my inventory out of spite. Feels bad to go back to the surface when it's not full, but that's what happens when the battery runs out. I wanted to see the super shovel. Ah, stop it. Trying to find my way back to that hole, but via a walkable path. Obviously, just jetpacking in and out of that hole right now isn't a big deal, but in the long term, it's a very long distance to cover, so it would be nice if it's all walkable. It is kind of entertaining, though, how freeform this is, where it's like... you're not forced into one playstyle, so people will emphasize different things and dig different holes and have different approaches to what they want to do. People are, in fact, often different from me, and sometimes they're not even wrong. Feeling a little wasteful with all my lantern placements, but they are becoming cheaper by comparison. So by now it's pretty reasonable to get down here. My worries are being a bit assuaged. I'm finding some gold and stuff. But I'm not necessarily finding a way past the lava-ish rock. Having this thing just kind of show up periodically to say, go down more is always a little funny, because I'm like, isn't that the only goal in the game? I'm sure it's hinting that there's something special this time. Ooh. If I destroy what's attached to it, does that entire light just disappear? Oh, can I go under this one? This material is fairly in my way, so the question is if I can wedge past it or something. I'm not sure if it even hurts me or not. It just looks like it would, so I'm trying not to touch it. But who knows? I'm wrong all the time. It's like a special skill of mine. Getting expensive. Still trying to destroy the little specks when they get in my way. I do not like to suffer small floating specks of land. Does it hurt me? Ow, yes. As expected. Although not that much. I could almost use the ability to put down like a platform that I can cover the stuff with so it's not in my way. Right now, as I dig, it is sure becoming an asshole, or it's just in the way of the tunnel I'm trying to build. So part of me wants to put the dirt back in these situations and be like, no, just kidding. I actually didn't want to dig that way. I'm trying to dig horizontally right now to get around it. But then I'll have to test by digging down again to see if I went around it or not. Oh god. And if I'm wrong, I will have simply opened myself up to more of it again. That I can't get rid of again. Deeper. Oh. No. I was like, oh, there's a train below me. And this time it's at least not made of, the lava stuff. Can I get that? There it is. Ow. Well, while it's not made of lava stuff, it's not helpful so far. Let's review if it says anything about this, ooh, we're almost there. The dynamite. It says nothing about it. Used to destroy rocks and lava rocks. Can't destroy white rock. Oh. It destroys lava rocks. Only I'd read that sooner. They even gave it to me right before I found the lava rock. Then I just used it preemptively, and then exposed the lava rock with the dynamite. Wow, they're just gone. That was actually really funny. It didn't even, like, leave a crater in the shape of those rocks. They were just gone completely in a moment. Ow. If I was digging for treasure and I found a bunch of gold in the ground, I kind of think I would infer that was the treasure. And I'd probably stop digging. Like at this point, we've found such a comical amount of gold for this early in the game. I don't know how you even know to escalate from there. I guess at that point, Maybe even he thinks he found the treasure. But I guess you'd keep digging for more of it in case there's more of it. That was a mouth. It's like teeth and darkness and a chasm, and like now there's a tongue. Found another secret cave. Anything down here? Not really. Just kind of an awkward air pocket. As far as existing cavities goes, not very helpful. Just kind of actively obstructing the current thing I was doing. Yep, it's just like, it's lower than the existing stuff I had. So trying to make it line up is going to be tough. I can mostly get out of here with a few hops. Looks like a very different amount of steep, based on which direction I'm coming from. Just put a light up there, yeah. It's already dark, damn. $500 more. I am shovel. Fully upgraded. What to do? I need to know. Oh my god. Unlimited power. Never guess how quickly I can pick up 25 generic rocks.